A banshee is a female death omen spirit of Ireland and Scotland that attaches itself to families, especially those whose surnames begin with Mac and O, and manifests to herald an approaching death in the family. There are variations of the banshee in Irish and Scottish lore. An Irish variant, written as Banshee, is said to be beautiful with long streaming hair, and wearing a gray cloak over a green dress. She also appears all in white or all in red. Her eyes are fiery red from continual crying for the about-to-be departed. To warn a family of a coming death, the banshee most commonly is heard singing or crying, but is not seen. When seen, she appears as a woman singing, or as a shrouded woman wearing a veil, or as a flying figure in the moonlight, crying bitterly. The cry reportedly is so mournful that it is unmistakably the sound of doom. Contrary to some popular thought, banshees do not wail. In both Ireland and the Scottish Highlands, the banshee is also known as Bean Nye or Little Washer by the Ford. The latter term comes from the lore that she signals a person's imminent and violent death by washing his blood-stained grave cloths in a stream. The Bean Nye or Little Washer by the Ford is believed to be the spirit of a woman who died a premature death in childbirth, whose spirit must continue washing clothes until it is the time for her natural destined death. Small and usually dressed in green, this spirit is not beautiful like the Banshee, but is evil, mean and deformed. She has just one nostril, a large protruding front tooth, red webbed feet and long pendulous breasts. The person who is courageous enough to suck a breast is believed to be granted a wish by the spirit and become her foster child. Banshee beliefs were taken to America with immigrants, many of whom settled in the Allegheny and Appalachian Mountains and in the Mid-Ohio Valley. A few stories about them have entered into American folklore. One example is the Coach Bower of Mineral Wells in Elizabeth, West Virginia. The Coach Bower is known in Gaelic lore as the Coiste Bodhar, a black hearse with a coffin strapped on top, drawn by two headless white horses. The hearse is a death omen that precedes the appearance of the banshee, pulling up to a household where someone is about to die. The modern West Virginia version is a black automobile hearse with velvet curtains that are pulled shut. The vehicle dates to the 1950s and is seen driving along Route 14. Another example is the Banshee of Martown, West Virginia, a town with many Scottish immigrants who arrived in the early 19th century. The banshee is a shrouded figure who rides a white horse. According to lore, the banshee first appeared to the founder of the town, Thomas Marr, a Scottish immigrant who arrived in 1836, and his West Virginia wife, Mary. The banshee announced Thomas Marr's death. The Marrs ran a farm and, like many people, fell on hard times during the Civil War. After the war, Thomas got a job as a night watchman on a bridge near Martown. On several occasions, Marr spotted the shrouded rider as he traveled to and from work. He could not make out the gender, though he thought it was a woman. The figure and horse always vanished as he approached them. Marr told Mary about the mysterious figure. On February 5, 1876, he went to work one night and never returned.